acting like a spade. Got plenty of bait in the water. Oh, it is. It's a nice one. There it goes. Hello again, folks. Welcome to another edition of Between the Banks. I'm Bob Goose, and it looks like I'm gonna have a heck of a time this morning. Catching these. That's right. It's that time of year when these babies are gonna show up, and they're gonna show up close. So, stay tuned. Who, what, where, when, why is coming up next. It's another Rock'em Sock'em edition of Between the Banks. Stick with us.
Between the Banks is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana.
This is our love, this is our life, this is our home, Louisiana. This is our day, come what may. This is our home, forever long. This is our home.
Visit Bayou Lafourche and experience true Cajun culture, food, and fishing. Just 45 minutes from New Orleans. Travel up and down the bayou for famous Cajun cuisine and immerse yourself in our bayou way of life. Pass a good time at a festival, take an exhilarating swamp tour, and bring your boat or charter a fishing trip, inland or offshore, for the big catch. Plan your trip today and visit lafourche.com and come live the bayou life.
Folks, everybody gets Between the Banks. Here's how easy it is. Go to your address bar, type in BetweenTheBanks.com, search, and here you are. The latest videos, services, and products provided by Between the Banks. Check it out, BetweenTheBanks.com. Everybody gets Between the Banks.
Another one. This one's taking drag. Now, you have to be careful because there's a lot of big gaff tops here, a lot of big redfish, a lot of big specks. This is acting like a gaff. If it's a speck, it's a nice one. So you gotta have your guard up. Can't ever think that it's not a speck. If you do that, you're gonna miss a wall hanger, thinking it's a gaff top or something else. So always play the fish. This one didn't break surface, which makes me think it's a gaff, and he's taking drag like a gaff top. So, like I say, always keep your guard up. I could only hope that this is a speck. But it's definitely acting like a gaff top. Gaff top or a big hardhead, one or the other. Yep, there it is. Now look how big these gaff top are. They're monsters. So, you come to Bayou Lafourche, you're gonna have some fun no matter what. Now, if you're gonna keep a catfish, that's the kind of catfish you want to keep. So I'm going to take this fish, turn him loose, and I'm going to be aware of the fact that there are big gaff tops in this deep water Bayou Lafourche. So don't think it's a gaff, and it turns out to be a big old speck. So stay tuned. The fun is just beginning. Feels like another trout. Like I say, you got to stay with them. You never know. Oh, it is a trout. Oh, it's a big white trout. Look at this. Oh, yeah. I mean, a nice white trout. check that out. Nice fish. So, did I say that the white trout are big in Bayou Lafourche also? Check out that white. Good 2-3 pounder. Really nice white trout. In the box it goes. When I come back, I'll start giving you information. Stick with me. Big speck. Big, oh, nice speck. Nice speck. Really nice. I'm gonna take my time with him and bring her up close. There she is. Look at her. Look how big she is. Oh, got her. Got her. Oh, man. This is a really big fish. Really big one. Really big speck. Really big female speck. I mean, a monster. Oh man, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. This fish is so big. Lord have mercy. Now, look at the size of the men I got on. Now, you know that's a big cockahoe from Gugu. You know that. 4 to 6 inches. Big fish, big bait. All right. We're definitely gonna have to scale this fish. Look at the size of this speckled trout. We're definitely gonna scale him. Or I should say her. £6. 6 pound speckled trout. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. All right. So, I know you're gonna die when I tell you this, but big females like this, once they hit 6 pounds or better, if I'm not with customers, I'm gonna turn these fish loose because they really are responsible for the population of speckled trout. This big female's gonna lay a lot of eggs. So I'm gonna take this fish, turn it loose. When I come back, I'm going to show you just how I'm rigged, and I'm going to tell you why I picked this spot, and that is really important. It's not where, it's not how, it's why. Why are the fish here? I'm going to tell you that when I come back. Stay tuned. Okay, boy, baby, I'm going to let you go. All right, folks, this is how I'm rigged. Of course, I've got a Gugu's minnow on the end. Right when you come to Golden Meadow, you can catch him right there at T-Pops. He's got his stand set up. So I've got a 1/0 Kale hook, 30-pound test shock leader, 1/16 ounce to 1/8 ounce split shot that I'm crimping on the end of the line, black crane swivel, 12-pound test. Team Iowa rod, 7 foot, medium action, and I'm on a Revo spinning reel, 3000H. With my Daiwa gear, I don't need a big heavy 4000 reel. I can go to 3000. All right, I'm casting it out. Straight off the back of the boat, right where those slicks are. Casting it out, clicking it. Now, I got options here. I can put it in the holder, or I can just sit here and hold the rod. Not reeling it. Falling tide, current's going this way, so I'm letting the current carry the bait. All right, I'm here. Why? Because I've got an east wind blowing, and along the bank of Bayou Lafourche, north of the Jackups, you got all these mango bushes that block the wind. I know you can hear the wind blowing, but it's not. You don't hear it as bad as it is, and I'm just letting the minnow do the work here. All right, if I don't get a hit immediately, and so far we've made 4 casts, one nice speck, 1 gaff top, a white trout, and a 6 pounder. So I know the spot is on. I got slicks, and I can tell from sonar also. So that's why I chose this spot. All my gear you can get over at tides. Now, if I'm holding the rod and I don't get a hit, I'm going in the holder. Check it out. I'm putting it in the side holder here, picking up my slack, and then just leaving it there, and I'm gonna watch that rod tip. I don't have two lines out because the action's non-stop on this one, so I'm not gonna overload myself. I'm front tied and I'm back anchored, so that way I'm right on the ledge, and I'll show you more about that when we come back. Let's see if I can get another fish on. Another speck. Oh yeah. Gonna take me around this side. And I don't have my net. I'm gonna just swing him in. Oh, whew, man, I hate to swing that size in the boat, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Boy, I'm telling you, there's no place like Bayou Lafourche in the wintertime. Once the fish start moving in and you know they're in, get on the main tributaries, east, west, Bayou Lafourche, anchor, be patient, and you catch these. This is where those big specks go during the fall. Once that fall period comes and it starts getting cool. Another one for the bucks. I'll keep this size. So, you know how I showed you how to rig. You know why I picked here, protected on this east bank. You know who? Captain Bob. Life is good in this neighborhood. Stay tuned. Another speck, shaking his head like a speck. And it is. Another big one. Another big one. God. Look how big these specks are. Look how big these specks are. There's another, oh, it's gonna push 4 or 5 pounds. Right in the roof of the mouth. Perfect. Right in the roof of the mouth. Another big monster speck. So you can see, is there any other place to go? Negative, Ghost Rider. Lunkers are here in the main thoroughfares. They're moving in. They're getting ready to nest up for wintertime. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting right here where they're moving in at. They're gorging themselves from the long trip inside. So they're feeding. They're hunkering down for wintertime, and life is good. I don't know what this one is. Gotta be a trap. Yep. Oh, thought I could swim. Oh. So folks, don't do what I just did. When they hit the line like that, don't swing them in. They're too big. Gotta put a net under them. Simple as that. Alright? So, look how beat up that min is. So I'm gonna get back out there, put a fresh bait on, throw it back out, and get another fish. So, lesson number 1, don't use your net and you will lose fish. They're too big, you gotta net them. Gonna be another big speck. Another big one. Boy, is this a blast. You know me and big fish, I just love them. And I learned how to catch them. Oh yeah, look at this one. I target them. I know how they are. I know how they live. I know what their habits are. So that's why I can consistently catch these big ones. Now folks, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people that follow me out to the spot, and it doesn't bother me because when I get to the spot, we're catching, they're not. Number 1 rule, you're gonna catch these babies, the big ones, you can't use your trolling motor. You gotta anchor, you gotta know the fish are there. Slicks and my sonar is telling me a lot. When I get to the map feature, I'm gonna tell you why that sonar is telling me that the fish are here. So there's no need for me to troll the banks and beat them up. I'd anchor in my spot. I know the fish are here. I'm gonna wait for them to feed, and when they start, it's on like Donkey Kong. It's on. So, patience pays. Patience pays. That's why I catch big fish. Now this isn't shaking like a speck. Could be a flounder, could be a hardhead, could be no telling. Oh, let it go right there at the boat. Let it go right there at the boat. All right, so while I'm casting out here, folks, let's go take a look at the Marina Minute, all the fine businessmen in Lafourche Parish that really make your fishing trip complete. Stop right there at Tourism Commission, Renovations, Goose Bait Shop, Leeville Restaurant, Boudreaux's. Life is good in Lafourche Parish neighborhood. Check out the Marina Minute, and I'm gonna follow it with the map. All right, I'm throwing it out there. Notice I'm just holding that rod. I'm just waiting for that minute to get nervous. When the minute gets nervous, I'm gonna feel it. It's gonna go boop, 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 boop. It's gonna start getting nervous. I know there's a fish getting ready to eat it. So I'm just gonna let them do all the work. That minute's swimming right above all the structure, and they will come up and hit it sooner or later. They're gonna get it. Once that bait falls, like right there, pulls down, oh, he let it go. Came back and got it. This is fun, folks. This is serious fun. And I'm talking about not burning much fuel at all. You can see how quick it happens. Just stay on them because there's no telling what's on the end of the line. Don't give them any slack at all. Coming up, oh, it's another big speck. Of course, what else would it be? Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. All right, gonna take this lunker off. Pull out some line. Take the fish off. Show it to the camera. Are you convinced yet? I'm sure you are. Here's the Marina Minute. I'm following it with the map.
Boudreaux's Waterfront Motel. Dock your boat at the end of the pier right under your room. Set up your grill. Got your own fish cleaning station, your own ramp. And for big groups, enjoy the sunset at the Boudreaux House. Boudreaux's in Leeville.
Griffin's Marina and Ice has bag, block, and blown ice for whatever size boat. Both dockside and roadside ethanol-free fuel, convenience store, breakfast, crispy chicken, all conveniently located in downtown Leeville.
Renovations is your complete marine center for sales, parts, and service. Pathfinder, War Eagle boats, Minn Kota Motor Guide trolling motors, Power Pole and Minn Kota anchoring systems, pumps, trailer parts. Renovations will keep you on the water. All right, folks, here's the map feature. Notice I'm anchored in 6 feet of water, 70.4 degrees. I got a current of about 1/10 of a knot. But the important thing about this picture is notice where all the fish are. They're hanging from 2.5 to 4.5 feet. So these are fish that live in the middle, not on the bottom. No bottom dwellers here. So I know that's trout. I know that's trout going by. I don't see anything on the bottom at all. So that's a clue that there's the fish. Now I'm gonna go over to the map. All right, so you can see I'm fishing in Bayou Lafourche here. Zoom in some, and you'll be able to see just how close I am to Boudreaux's Waterfront Motel. So I came out of Boudreaux's Canal, came into the West Canal, came straight to Bayou Lafourche, and there I am. Anchored on the east bank, and that's where I'm fishing at. So there's your GPS coordinates. You're north, 29, 14, 595, west, 90, 12, 480. That's it, right in Bayou Lafourche, just south of the intersection of the West Canal where it meets Bayou Lafourche. There's the map feature. Brought to you by the good folks at Lawrence. Cast it out and just hold on to it. I can't stress enough, folks. This is the kind of fishing where you don't want to be reeling the reel or anything like that. Most of the time, I'll put the rod in the holder, but they're biting every cast. So I'm holding the rod, and I'm just waiting for that small split shot to carry me down to the mid-levels. The current's running, so it picks up my line. It's just enough weight to get it to where the fish are. Once it gets to where the fish are, boom, 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 I start feeling that big old cockahoe getting nervous. All I do is I'll pick up my slack a little bit, but I'm keeping that rod at 10 to 12 o'clock and I'm not budging it. I'm letting that rod just hold that bait right there, and I'm waiting for the nibbles to come. Pick up your slack a little bit in case that big man is swimming towards the boat, and just holding it up. When they hit it and miss it, no need to reel in unless he takes your bait. They'll come back and hit it. Now I think that's exactly what I got. I think I'm fishing on credit here. Nope, I still have bait. Oh, he's chasing, pull me down, set the hook. Get over, get that rod towards the middle of the canal because you don't want the specks fighting in that shallow water. Oh, if this is a speck, it's a big one. Feels like he's shaking his head like a speck. Could be a cat, or a flounder, or a red. Oh, it's Mr. Small Gaff Top. No need for me to leave. It's a speckled trout sprint. Will you be willing to catch a couple of gaff top and catch those big monster specks because you caught 2 gaff top? No need to leave. Definitely a speckled trout sprint. We proved that to you this week, that's for sure. I think I got time for one more fish. I'm gonna hurry up and flip him off with my Cajun catfish flipper. Everybody's been asking me, where can you get them at? Tides. Tides has them. Right there at the front counter. Sweet deal. Really works good, and they have a float on them to where if they fall in the water, they will not sink. Great tool. Works every time. All right, so I've demonstrated to you twice now on how to catch it. I'm just fishing that drop-off ledge, keeping my bait back there, holding that rod tip up, and just enjoying the beautiful day in Lafourche Parish. Lafourche Parish. Why go fish anywhere else? Well, folks, there you have it. Another edition of Between the Banks. You want to come have you some fall fun? Come to Lafourche Parish. Anchor up in any of the main tributaries, and you're going to catch fish. And they're going to be nice fish, especially if you follow my instructions. Oh yeah, another monster speck. I got him. Did you see that? Did you see that fish spit the bait and me catching with the net? Folks, I gotta welcome the love of my life, Teresa. She's recovered from that major surgery like a pro from Dover. She's back. She's my #1 shooter. Met her in film school, fell in love with her, and we've been together since. And she's back now filming. So I gotta welcome her. And what is she holding? A brand new HD camera. Oh, we got us a television camera that's shooting in HD now. You think it was fun watching these? Now you're really gonna be able to watch them in quality. So, we'll see you next week with another edition of Between the Banks. Where am I gonna be fishing? What am I gonna be doing? I'm gonna be catching these babies, and I'm gonna be anchored in the main tributaries, and I'm gonna have a heck of a time. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, good luck fishing. Sorry y'all have to leave, but I'm gonna treat my turtle dove with an afternoon of catching these. No two-part series. Camera's going in the case and she's fishing. And she's gonna catch her a 6, 7, 8 pounder. I'm sure of it. See you next week. In the meantime, good luck fishing. And welcome back, turtle.